Welcome to Autocar India Quick News, your weekly recap of all the latest happenings around the automotive industry. But before we begin, like always, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified every time we make a new upload. We begin this week's news with the three-pointed star. Mercedes-Benz has launched the Mercedes-AMG EQS 53 4MATIC Plus in India. The range-topping and first-ever electric AMG from Mercedes-Benz is priced at 2.45 crore rupees and will come in via the CBU route. The model will be followed by the EQS 580 4MATIC, a non-AMG version, which will be launched on the 21st September and will be locally assembled in India. EQS AMG 53 packs a 107.8 kWh lithium-ion battery, and the Indian models get the Dynamic Plus package as standard. The AMG-specific twin motors produce 762 horsepower and 1020 Nm of torque, which is enough to propel the EQS 53 from standstill to a ton in 3.4 seconds. EQS 53 has a WLTP range of 529 to 586 km on a single charge. Stopping power is taken care by the high-performance AMG brakes, and there is an option to equip the EQS 53 with a lighter set of carbon ceramic brakes. EQS 53 also gets a host of AMG driving modes which adjust the suspension, handling, power delivery and battery management, as well as gives synthesized sounds. In terms of design, the EQS 53 sports a smooth and rounded cab-forward design with bespoke AMG styling elements. Mercedes also announced that the first 7-seat SUV, the GLB, will also make its debut in India later this year. We have driven both the EQS 580 and the GLB in Stuttgart, so you can also watch those detailed reviews on our channel. Mahindra is set to launch a more powerful version of the XUV 300. Mahindra is set to launch the facelifted and more powerful version of its midsize SUV, the XUV 300. The new version will be powered by the 1.2-litre M-Stallion turbo petrol engine that churns out 131 horsepower and 230 Nm of torque. It will come paired to a 6-speed manual gearbox. In terms of styling, the refreshed XUV 300 is expected to feature a reprofiled grille with the new Twin Peaks logo and a reprofiled front bumper. The general layout of the headlamps is expected to remain the same, but it would get an LED setup and minor design tweaks. On the sides, XUV 300 looks the same apart from a new alloy wheel design, and the rear will see no significant changes. The list of changes on the inside is short as well, and the facelift is expected to get an all-black interior theme with red stitching and a new touchscreen infotainment system. Petrolheads assemble! Porsche has launched the new track-focused 911 GT3 RS in India. After its global launch, Porsche India is offering the more track-focused version of the iconic 911 at 3.25 crore rupees. Owing to its track-focused nature, the GT3 RS version produces more than twice the downforce of its predecessor and 3 times more than the existing 911 GT3. This is courtesy of a suite of aerodynamic enhancement like the largest swan neck rear ring ever fitted to a road-going Porsche 911. This is accompanied by a radiator positioned centrally in its nose, which means it no longer gets a frunk, and the sides sport integrated active aerodynamics with continuously adjustable wing elements. It's also fitted with an F1-style drag reduction system for the first time in a 911. The system flattens the wings to reduce drag, and as a result, it increases the speed and the braking distance. Further adding to the visual drama and the downforce, of course, are the new side blades, wing inlets and a rear splitter. The beating heart of this 911 GT3 RS is the 524 horsepower 4-litre flat-six engine that propels the car from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds with a top speed of 296 km per hour. The engine comes mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic which has one less gear and shorter gear ratios compared to the standard 911. If you want more performance from your GT3 RS, Porsche is offering an optional Club Sport package at no additional cost, which includes a fire extinguisher, 6-point seat belts and a steel rollover bar. Or you could get the optional Weissach pack, which adds carbon weave to the bonnet, exterior mirrors and rear wings. It also gets a roll bar, gear shift paddles with magnet technology and magnesium forged wheels. What do you think of the new GT3 RS? Let us know in the comment section below. Staying in the supercar dreamland, Lamborghini has launched a new Huracan Technica to rival the GT3 RS. The Huracan Technica is priced at 4.04 crore rupees and slots in between the standard Huracan Evo and the track-focused Huracan STO. Visually, the Technica borrows design cues from the Lamborghini Sian hypercar, with the front and rear profile getting a Sian-inspired angular bodywork finished in black. Up front, the Technica gets a carbon fiber bonnet, more angular body panels, and the rear houses a more prominent diffuser and a rear fixed spoiler that produces 35% more downforce compared to the standard Evo version. Mechanically, the Technica has the underpinnings of the more track-focused STO. It also shares the same 5.2-litre naturally aspirated V10 engine that produces 640 horsepower. Power is sent to the rear wheels via 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox, and the drivetrain is capable of propelling the Technica from 0 to 100 in the claimed 3.2 seconds all the way to the claimed 325 km/h top speed. Which amongst these will fit in your dream garage? Let us know in the comment section below. This week seems to have everything on the high end, and now Toyota has begun the bookings for the new Land Cruiser LC300. Toyota has begun taking orders for a sum of 10 lakh rupees. However, there is a slight caveat for prospective buyers. The LC300 is expected to have a 1-year waiting period. The delayed launch in India and a higher waiting period is down to the global chip shortage and the high demand of the Land Cruiser. On the outset, the design is unmistakably Land Cruiser with a squared-out design that features a chrome-laden horizontally slatted grille and redesigned headlamps with vents underneath. Along the side, the LC300 also retains the boxy lines with prominent squared-off wheel arches and a window line with a notable kink. At the rear, it gets slimmer tail lamps and a fresh design for the tailgate and rear bumper. On the inside is where the LC300 is a departure from the old. The layout is completely new, and the highlight here is the tech-focused nature of the cabin with a 12.3-inch touchscreen that now gets Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and a 14-speaker JBL audio system. Internationally, the LC300 is available with a 5-seater and a 7-seater configuration. However, India is expected to get the 5-seater version. Under the skin, the LC300 is based on the new GAF platform and retains the ladder frame construction. In India, the LC300 will be offered in diesel-only avatar. The powertrain in focus is a 305 horsepower 3.3-litre unit paired to a 10-speed automatic gearbox. In terms of off-road armory, the LC300 is equipped with 4x4 as standard. It has more advanced multi-terrain select systems with additions like deep snow and auto modes. The system also features a multi-terrain monitor system which gets an underbody camera that lets you see what's underneath the 230mm ground clearance of the Land Cruiser. The new LC300 gets the same 32-degree approach angle as its predecessor, and the departure angle can reach up to 26.5 degrees depending on the variant you choose from. The prices for the LC300 are not out yet, but it is expected to be launched at around 2 crore rupees, which will see it go up against the likes of Range Rovers of the world. On a completely different end of the SUV spectrum, Lamborghini has launched the new Urus Performante globally. The Performante is a high-performance version of the Urus and has set a new record time for the production SUV category at the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. The basic Performante recipe for Lamborghini means weight savings and more power. The Performante is 47 kg lighter than the standard Urus, with the visible weight savings on the outside being a lighter carbon fiber bonnet and 2 functional air vents up front. There is also an option to equip the Performante with a carbon roof and exposed carbon fiber bonnet. The sides feature a new set of optional 23-inch alloy wheels, black door handles, and the rear seats changes like a different set of bumpers, new vents, and a new rear spoiler that generates 38% more downforce. Inside, a lot of lightweight materials like carbon fiber and Alcantara are used for dashboard inlays and upholstery to stay in line with the weight-saving regime. The overall layout, however, is largely the same, albeit with some Performante badging throughout the cabin. One notable change on the inside, however, is that of the new Anima switch, which now includes a new rally mode which has been tuned to have a bit of an oversteer on dirt roads. The Performante is powered by the same 4-litre twin-turbocharged V8 as the standard model, but in Performante's scheme of things, it produces 666 horsepower, which is 16 horsepower more than the standard. However, the torque figures remain unchanged at 850 Nm. Lamborghini is yet to launch the Performante Urus in India, but based on the latest success of the standard model in the country, it won't be long before we get to see it on our roads. Now moving from the world of 4-wheel luxury to the 2-wheeler segment, and in this week's news, Bajaj has launched the CT125X. Bajaj's rugged commuter has been launched at 71,534 rupees and is available in 3 color options. In terms of styling, the motorcycle has a rugged look with a round headlight up front with an LED DRL, dust-resistant bellows for the front suspension, an engine protection pan, and a stronger set of scratch guards. The rear has a special carrier to load heavy items and a pillion grab handle. The CT125X is powered by the DTSI twin-spark 124.4cc engine that produces 10.8 horsepower and 11 Nm of torque and comes mated to a 5-speed gearbox. The point of note in this drivetrain, however, is that the CT125X uses an intelligent carburetor to feed fuel to the engine instead of a traditional fuel injection system. Suspension duties are taken care of by a telescopic fork at the front and dual gas charged shocks at the rear. The braking hardware features 130mm drum brakes up front with an option to opt for 240mm discs, and the rear has a 130mm drum setup. Thank you very much indeed for watching. To stay up to date with all the latest happenings, stay tuned to the Autocar India channel.